And we're live. Just like that. Bang, bang, bang. Come on, YouTube. Catch on up. Yeah, look at that. 5 seconds behind. Get a hang of this, peeps. What's going on? Welcome to the live stream, episode 85. Let's get this thing going. I'm already rolling on the podcast. I'm getting good. I'm not going to waste your time. I do like to double check, though. Make sure everything's good. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another exciting episode of Dave's Dugout. Episode 85. Don't know what we're going to call it yet, but the big news off the top and the reason I wanted to get this out to you on a wonderful Friday. Happy Labor Day weekend to all. If you can't tell, I'm excited. Vacation mode. Not quite yet. Still got to work tonight, but we're here. We're doing things. For some reason, I don't know why I put this shirt on. Isn't that like a rule? You're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day or some stupid, I don't follow it, but I just thought it'd be funny to put on a nice new white shirt just to tell the people I don't care about your rules. I guess today it's allowed though, right? Or even up until Monday. I don't know how it works. I'm just saying stuff. That's what they pay me the big bucks for here at Dave's Dugout. Oh, boy. I gotta stop. All right, so, like I said off the top, we're going to get to the NBA updates on all of that. Some crazy Game 7s, where we're at. NHL, moving along, man. NBA, we're less than NFL, we're less than a week away. A week away from the NFL starting. Who would have thought that was coming? And then a couple little tidbits. But the big thing is the Derby this Saturday. I don't know. Maybe a lot of us are going to be out camping, not even going to be able to watch the Derby. I'm sorry. But if you're at home or you're barbecuing, you're grilling, I don't know what people do on Labor Day. All these holidays mixed together. Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day. I don't know. I'm not going to get off on that tangent, but I think the way we celebrate these holidays is messed up anyway. Memorial Day and Veterans Day, and we're like, America, drink beer, grill burgers. I don't think that's what it's meant for. But anyway, I said I wasn't going to do that, but I'm there. Quick version. What were we talking about? The Kentucky Derby. So yeah, if you're near a TV this Saturday, the 146th, I believe, Kentucky Derby will be this Saturday on NBC, 2:30 Eastern, if you're keeping track. I guess that's my job. Let's roll down the horsies, huh? And then I'll give you my picks and how I've been right in years past and this year. I don't want to jinx myself. But I seem to do good when I don't put money on them. When I just say, hey, these horses are going to do good. You guys do what you will with it. I hope somebody out there is making money. Because every time I try, I don't know. I actually do fairly. I don't want to jinx myself, but I don't know. Call myself the horse whisperer on a podcast one time. I'm just saying. All right. First horsey is Finnick the Fierce, and he's scratched out. He's not racing. So I hope you didn't like that name, Finnick the Fierce, because odds are 0. Not racing. In post position number 2, we have Max Player. I will talk about him more. Don't you worry. Number 3, we have Enforceable at 21-1 odds. Number 4, we have Storm the Court, 23-1. Number 5, Major Fed, 29-1. Number 6, don't get your hopes up because this horse also scratched, is King Guillermo. Is that Spanish or Italian? I don't know, but he's out, so who cares? So 1 and 6 are out. Don't get your hopes up. Number 7, Making Money Moves. Just Money Moves. Money Moves. 14-1. That's not bad. But I don't do it. 8, South Bend. 35-1. Whew. Number 9, Mr. Big News. Mr. Big News Man's 44-1. Doesn't look like he has much of a chance. Number 10, 1,000 Words is a 9-1 horse, and that's probably because it's Bob Baffert's horse, and it's Bob Baffert's first entrance. He has 2 entrances, and that's one of those ones, I might put money on a Bob Baffert horse just because it's a Bob Baffert horse. That guy just has a track record, and if you don't know a lot about horse racing, you're probably like I feel like your chances are good going with a Bob Baffert horse. If that's like you want to just put like minimal thought into it and go with it. I mean, that's what I feel like most people just pick based on the name anyway. So you might as well be picking on the name of the owner who wins all the time. Right? That makes sense, right? Okay. Following me? All right. Number 10, Necker Island, 42-1. I think that's the highest. Oh, no, 44-1 was. Oh, there's a 45-1. So those guys are your stretches, your reaches, your sleepers. Sol Volante, number 12 at 22-1. 13 is Attachment Rate, 45-1. 14, my lucky number, Winning Impression, 44-1. Wouldn't do it. I don't know. 15, I like this name, NY Traffic. Must be pretty slow, though. I don't know if that's a good sign. It's a funny name for a horse, though. But now that I'm thinking about it, New York Traffic doesn't move. Who wants a horse that doesn't move? 16-1 on New York Traffic. If you're feeling lucky on post position, 15. Another one I would say might be a good bet. 8-1 though. I don't know. Is 16 Honor AP is a horse that's slowly been improving, kind of maturing here late in his third year season. Honor AP 8-1 is Bob Baffert's second entry. So if you want to go by that logic there, kind of a sleeper horse. You know, who knows what we're going to get with this one. People have been saying he's been racing better the older he gets, so we'll see what that means and what he can do. I kind of usually like running with stories like that because it's a horse race, and in the end, you never know who's going to win. Except at number 17 is Tiz the Law, 1-1 odds. Bet $1 to win $1. For those of you that don't know, that's what that means. You bet $1 on New York Traffic, and he wins. You'll win $16 plus your $1 back. So, Tiz the Law, it's $1 to win $1. Best odds for many reasons. Tiz the Law has looked great. Now, if you don't know, we've been going out of order. Usually the Kentucky Derby's first, but it's 2020, anything flies. We did the Belmont first, which is usually last. Are you following me? The Belmont, we already did. Later than normal, but earlier than the two races that usually go. All right, so we did the Belmont. Tiz the Law looked great. Won. My horse I picked to show, for those of you that don't know what it means, come in first, second, or third. I said Tiz the Law is probably going to place. It goes win, place, show. First or second, first, second, or third. Win, place, show. I said Tiz the Law is probably going to win, but just in case, let's go Tiz the Law to place. You know, a little buffer in case somebody sneaks out and beats him. Tiz the Law won. My guy, my pick, we talked about it. I said I'd come back to him. In my number 2 post position in this race is Max Player. 15-1 odds. Love it. Not to win, but Max Player to show. I said that in the Derby. No, in the Belmont, I'm sorry. Guess who came in third? Max Player. I thought he'd come in second, but he came in third. We're still good, though, because you can bet on the horse to show. He comes in first, second, or third, you win. Obviously, the better they do, the more money you win. Travers comes along. Travers is usually after the Triple Crown, but this year, like I said, anything flies. So we've already done the Travers. We've done the Belmont and the Travers. Travers Stakes. Tiz the Law. Favorite to win again, obviously. Looked great. Blew everybody out. But guess who came in third? My guy, Max Player. Max Player. Now, I'm telling you, here, let's do it again. Let's roll with it. Tiz the Law is going to come in first. Let's hope Max Player comes in second or third. I'm hoping Max Player comes in second, but let's see. Maybe he'll come in third again. This is just meant to be. Can never catch up. If you want to have a heart attack, put a lot of money on Max Player because he's one of those horses that is just a powered, what is it called? Down the stretch. Like he's gonna save it all for the end. And sometimes you saved not enough. You don't have enough time to catch up. So it's gonna be a heart attack down that final stretch. But he's been doing good. And he's been eking it out, coming in third. So let's hope he can do it again. And that's my pick. Tiz the Law first. First or second if you want to be safe, because who knows. And I like Max Player. We're riding. We're riding with the same. You know what? Nothing's changed, right? I mean, we have the Belmont first and third. We have the Travers first and third. What are the chances they come in first and third again now? Probably slim, but let's roll with it, right? It's horse racing. Who cares? So just to show you guys, I mean, let's see. I had the Belmont pulled up earlier because Dr. Post I was also hot on and came in second. So this is just me showing you. Kind of know what I'm talking about. I really don't if you talk to somebody who actually follows horse racing. But for those of you who have no idea how horse racing works, I'm your guy. There was something here that I thought was interesting too last year. Yes, Maximum Security was everybody's picked to win. Remember, got disqualified. So Country House won. Remember, Country House was like 30-1 odds, and I was like, watch out for Country House. I was like, he's gonna place her show. Ended up winning the whole thing. So I wish I would have put money on Country House to win, but that's what I was talking about earlier. As I don't know, I like picking these horses, and then I just had good luck. Last time I was at where they do Travers, gosh, Saratoga. I remember. I think I went with Ricky, and we were walking up to the horse track, and I'm like, I really like something about the moon today, man. I was like, I said something in the car ride up, and we're walking up, and I see the names of the horses popping up, and it was like Moonlight something, and I was like, oh. I was like, I don't even care what race that is. We're betting on Moonlight. Moonlight won. Like, it was absurd. So I got like a little bit of a sixth sense here when it comes to these horsies. So let's see. I hope, knock on wood, I didn't jinx myself there because I've been doing decent. I'm not out here raking intel. Nobody is. It's horse racing. Nobody knows nothing, right? All right. That's it for the horsies. We're going to cruise along today. I just wanted to get this out there because I love doing a podcast before the horse races and big events that nobody else covers. Speaking of, the Indy 500 was like last week or 2 weeks ago. Oh my gosh, so anticlimactic. That was so lame. I watched like the final 30 laps. And they ended the race on a yellow. Like they're you know how like the pace car comes out and everybody's following because there was a crash. There was a crash, and they're like, oh well, maybe they'll wait and clean up the. Nope, the race just ended like that. The guys didn't even get to race to see who won. Just whoever wasn't first when that guy crashed won. I think that's kind of ridiculous. They need to fix that. Now, on the other end, I ended up researching it. Why they do that was because the crash was so bad they didn't have time to repair the side and it would be too dangerous for people to go around. You could make the argument it's only 3 more laps they had to do. So you could make the argument like it's not worth somebody dying. So I get it, but like, come on, who wants to? You watched 500 miles, like what is it? It was like 100 and something, whatever, 200 laps, and it comes down and like. The pace cars just, they just kind of roll across the finish line. I don't know. What do I know? Not much when it comes to IndyCar, but it was fun. For a little bit. So, how did I get sidetracked on that? Wow, I was going to start talking about the NFL. Let's make sure everything's going. Am I recording? Yeah. Am I live? Yeah. All right. So, like I said, the NFL starts next week. How crazy is that? If you haven't already, go back, listen to the Fantasy Football podcast. Some good stuff in there. And speaking of the Bengals, Kyle Hoffman might be onto something here. Joe Mixon signed a 4-year deal, being the, 6th highest running back now, paid per year. So maybe the Bengals are feeling good about themselves. Maybe Hoffy was onto something. So that's something to look into if you haven't drafted yet. Another one to look into is Leonard Fournette now joining the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Everybody's darlings this year. I'm not so hot on it. I still think the Saints and the Falcons, like I said on the Fantasy Football podcast, are going to be the teams to watch. Now, that being said, they are racking up talent in Tampa Bay. You can't deny it. But it's everybody's Super Bowl pick. I don't know. I'm not so hot on it yet. Tom Brady's never had this many weapons. Yeah, Tom Brady's never had this many personalities on a team either. Tom Brady's never had Bruce Arians as a head coach before. Tom Brady's never been in a locker room without Bill Belichick. I'm not sold this is going to work. I think there's just as likely of a chance this flames out as there is a chance they win the Super Bowl. That being said, could I look stupid and they're the best team in football come late November? Yeah, maybe, because look at the talent they have. Yeah, I'm not stupid. Their defense was good last year, and now Tom Brady has more weapons than he's ever had before. But he's also never been in a locker room with these guys. Like, he's never had to deal with this. We saw this with my team, my favorite team, the Rams. All these personalities. We had Akeem Talib, and we had all the best talent on paper. The Rams were the most talented. Blah, blah, blah. People were like, I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, they're going to win. They're going to win. They're going to win. Did they make the Super Bowl? Yeah. Did they lose, though? Yeah. So, most talent always doesn't mean they're going to win. Everybody's so hot on the Tampa Bay. I'm telling you because I went through this as a Rams fan. I know from experience. Like, this happened to me. So, Tampa Bay fans, don't get your hopes up, man. I mean, yeah, maybe I'm contradicting myself because the Rams did make the Super Bowl that year, but I don't know. It's just a different situation because Goff and McVay had already been together for a couple of years. That defense had already been, Will Wade, like they've like not Will Wade. That's the LSU head coach. Anyway, it was different. These guys have been there. Gronk didn't even play football last year. Yeah, does he look good and he's in shape? Does he say everybody says they feel good come the beginning of the season. So just like nobody feels bad. You haven't even hitting each other. Wait till they start hitting each other again. Gronk's like, oh, I remember I gave up now. My head hurts, my hip hurts, everything hurts. I'm a robot. And he had a brace on like every limb when he stopped playing. The point I'm trying to make, I was gonna roll on this and before I started talking about Gronk. Always get distracted by Gronk. Is that, like I said, I mean, this could flame out terribly. I mean, that's a lot of personalities in this locker room that's what I was going to say. They've been together for 3 days, literally. I mean, Leonard Fournette got there yesterday. And the season starts next week. Like, they're literally going to have a week to play together. Now, Ronald Jones is probably going to start at running back, so everybody is going to freak out and draft Leonard Fournette like now in the first round. Don't do that. But maybe long-term in the season he'll work out. But I don't yes, he's worth more than he was a week ago, but don't overreact to the news. I don't know. I'm just not sold. That's all I can say. It's going to be tough. And I'm pretty sure they have the Saints week 1. The Saints are probably going to win. So you're already a game back from the team that's favorite to win your division. You're going to start week 1 with a loss to an in-division rival. Brady's not used to that. Brady's going to have to play the Falcons twice. He's going to have to play the Saints twice. Those are playoff teams early in the season. Brady's used to cupcake games. Brady's used to playing the Jets twice. Brady's used to playing the Bills twice. Brady's used to playing the Dolphins twice. I'm not sold, man. I know everybody, goat, 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 6 rings. How can you say no? I'm telling you right here, right now, on September 4th, I'm just as afraid of Bill Belichick and Cam Newton as I am of Bruce Arians and Tom Brady. Hot take. I don't do this often. I am just afraid of Bill Belichick and Cam Newton. Everyone, you turn on ESPN, they're going to be talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know who's building up hatred and motivation? The Patriots. Bill Belichick and Cam Newton. Now, how crazy, I thought of this the other day when I was driving. How crazy of a story would this be? Kind of like the Rams versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Rams had the talent. Bill says not so fast. Wins the Super Bowl. How crazy would this be if it's the Buccaneers and the Patriots in the Super Bowl? Can that be possible? AFC, NFC. Yes, it can. Buccaneers make it. They've got all the talent. They've got all the hype. And Bill says, not so fast. And wins another Super Bowl. How crazy would that be? And the hype around that Super Bowl, Bill versus Tom, it would shatter records. I mean, I don't care. People are boycotting the NFL this year probably. You're not watching that Super Bowl. I don't care. I don't care how strong you care about anything. You're not going to watch Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady in the Super Bowl against each other? Who would have thought that was even possible ever? I'm getting my hopes up on a theoretical thing that's like very unlikely. But somebody's got money to throw on that combination happening somehow this early. Just on the chance of how fun that would be. I'd rather watch that. Ooh, I don't know if I want to say that. Because I don't want that to happen. I was going to say over my team. I'm not going to say it. So I don't jinx it in the Super Bowl. Watching Bill versus Tom in the Super Bowl would be amazing. Oh my God. Bill knows exactly how Tom works. That defense, he'd pick him apart. All right. That's enough. I said I wasn't going to talk about the NFL for that long. Wow. Woo. Okay. To the NBA. Wild. It's been wild. But has it? It's like the games have been wild, but the series outcomes have been. There's been one upset. So here we go. I have the whole bracket pulled up here. We'll start in the West. We had a play-in game, 8 versus 9. Portland won, the 8. So they go to play the Lakers, 1 versus 8, right? Highest seed, lowest seed. That's how brackets work, right? People follow me. Lakers won 4-1, okay? It was the 1 versus the 8. Was the first game crazy? Portland won. Everybody got all excited. Charles Barkley saying the Portland Trailblazers are going to sweep the Lakers. Yeah, was it fun in the moment? Sure. But look at the outcome. The 2 versus 7. We'll start there. Clippers, right? The other team that's probably one of the favorites to win the whole thing. And the Mavericks. We have all this drama with the ejections and, oh my God, Luka. And, yes, Porzingis got hurt, so this would have been more fun if these bad things didn't happen. You can't account for injuries and stuff. But we have all this, oh my gosh, Dallas should be up so many games. There's just all this drama, right? Clippers end up winning 4-2. In the moment, it was a blast. I thought the Mavericks should have won. But people got hurt. Higher seed wins. Denver Nuggets, Utah Jazz, 3 versus 6. This was incredible. This one I'm not even going to hate on a little bit. I'm not even hating. I'm just saying this is what happens in series almost sometimes. It's why March Madness is so fun. One game, it's like, no, you don't get the best team that wins the tournament every year. But it's more fun. Like, this is like, if that Lakers-Portland Trailblazers would have won one game, the Trailblazers would have won. Were they the better team? No. But, like, it would have made for a crazier headline. I'm just saying, I don't know. Do you take entertainment or do you take, I want the best team to win? In a year like this year, I'll take the entertainment. I'm not saying change it from a series, but I don't know. 7 games in the first round is kind of absurd. I think it could be shorter. That I will say. In all sports, it should be 3 games first round. Second round 5, then 7, and then the championship could be 7 too. I feel like that would be fine. And maybe people will be more interested because there's not 9,000 playoff games. Anyway, Denver Nuggets, Utah Jazz. This was incredible. This was something that we've never seen before, ever, in NBA history. 2 guys going off every night. Who's going to drop 50 points? First time ever 2 guys dropped 50 in the same series, let alone they did it twice each. This was amazing. Jamal Murray, Donovan Mitchell. Young guys, both in their 3rd year, right? 2nd or 3rd, 4th year. Young guys in the NBA, stars. They joined, like, it was Jordan and somebody else to drop 50-point games in the playoffs. Like, rare company. These guys are young stars in the NBA. That was a blast. Game 7, Denver ended up winning. To my point of all the higher seeds winning, the 3 beat the 6 in Game 7. That was fun, though. 4 versus 5. We have another one. looks like the Rockets are going to sweep almost, right? They were up 2-0 or 3-0, and whatever game that was ends up some weird calls down the stretch. It was just one of those games where the last minute took forever. It was just killed the momentum of the game. Somehow Oklahoma goes to overtime. Like, it was just one of those stupid. I don't get me started on those games that the last 2 minutes just killed the whole game. And then it killed the momentum, so I don't even think the Rockets scored in overtime. It was just like a weird, maybe they did it towards the very end, but like Oklahoma scored 10 points in a row, and it was just like, that wasn't how the whole game went. The Rockets were winning the whole game. They were in control the whole game. This was one of those weird outcomes. But Rockets, Game 7. Game 7 was wild. Another one. The refs ruined it down the stretch. I will say this again. I've said this so many times on this podcast. Why do we have the refs on the courts and the fields going over the stupid little monitors, wasting all of our time? We've all seen it 7 times already. The guys in the booth are talking about it, saying, yes, that was the right call. No, that was the wrong call. We know already. By the time those refs walk over, put their stupid little headphones on, and start talking to somebody, we already know. It's over. Done. Let somebody wire that down. Tell them the refs on the court should no longer be involved in replays in any sport ever. Refs on the court and the field ref the live action. We have people in booths in LA, in New York, wherever they are, on site, up in the stadium, with big 4K, 8K monitors, watching the replays 7 times before the refs can even walk over to the bench. Tell us what the right call is, and we're done. It's over. Go. Action. Play. Let's go. Let's play the game. I can't stand it. I've watched so many NBA games. The last 2 minutes are so boring. And it's because the league is so soft now. And people on sports radio too are talking about it. What was it, Giannis, like, swiped somebody with his hand? Greeny doesn't go off on anything. Greeny on ESPN went off. He was like, that was the softest thing I've ever seen. That's how you know it's bad. That's my ref rant. I wanted to do that at the end of the podcast, but my God, how can we not fix? Why is no one else? Is that not an easy fix? Why are we having the refs on the courts and fields go do that? It doesn't make any sense. We've already seen it so many times by the time it takes so long. All right, I'm done. Anyway, in the West, the 1-1, the 2-1, the 3-1, and the 4-1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1 verse 4 and 3 verse 2. Woo-hoo! Shocker. That was my point I wanted to make over there. On the other side, more or less the same. There was one upset in all of this, all of this drama. There's been one upset, and it's a big one because you'll see. So we had Milwaukee and Orlando. I think the same thing happened. Orlando won the first game, and we're all like, well, maybe this will be a good series. Milwaukee wins 4-1. Okay, Toronto and the Brooklyn Nets. This was the only sweep. Toronto swept the Nets. Get out of here. 3 versus 6. Oh, this was another sweep, actually. I lied. I'm sorry. There were 3 sweeps. Oh, my God. The East just brooms. We're sweeping the whole East Coast. Oh, my gosh. All right, so Boston swept the 76ers. Get out of here. Boston was the more talented team. We all knew that one. This one was an upset. The 5 over the 4. So it's like the closest 2 seeds is the only upset we got. And the Miami Heat swept the Pacers. Get out of here. Sweep the court. And the Miami Heat are now like everybody's darlings because the Mavericks are out. The Miami Heat are like the hot pick now to win this whole thing. I don't know if I'm going to go that far yet. Let's see. They're looking good. They're playing good basketball. They're one of the best coaches in the world. Eric Spoelstra's proved that over and over again now, it seems. So they're going against the number 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks, and they're up 2-0 in the series. So that's crazy. I mean, the Heat now up 2-0, and another one came down to the refs. That was another thing Greeny went off on. Said, I don't know, maybe Milwaukee. He was like, I don't think Milwaukee was going to win this series. I guess he picked them to lose, which I don't know how, beforehand. And he said, but Milwaukee deserved to win that game at the end, but the refs screwed them, and now they're down 0-2. So just another one. I actually didn't watch that game, so I don't know. I saw the highlights, I think, but I'm not as hyped about that one as the other one. The other games were absurd. The ends of those games, but whatever. And then we have the Celtics in Toronto, and the Celtics are up 2-1 already. And the Lakers Rockets side hasn't even started yet. They've kind of been just like going. I think they just want to get as many games in, like in case like something were to happen. Which I don't blame them, but like you're gonna have to wait for the West anyway to once the for the finals. But I guess cross that bridge when we get to it. One season gonna be like waiting for like a week, especially if the Heat sweep. Okay, anyway, I don't think they'll sweep them. By the way, I think Milwaukee will come back a little. You would think, right? I don't know. Maybe who knows? And that's actually finally something interesting. But maybe no, that would go against my theory. Or what if it goes 7 games and then Milwaukee ends up winning? That would go with my whole little theory here that there's so much excitement during and then. So we'll see what happens. Nuggets, Clippers. Clippers, I thought it'd be closer. Crushed the Nuggets last night, so they're up 1-0. And then, like I said, in the West, Rockets, Lakers tonight. You know my pick. Rockets in 6, baby. Let's go. My preseason pick to win the whole thing. Houston Rockets. They beat the Lakers this year in the regular season. I think 2 or 3 times, and the Lakers only beat them once. So let's go. Small ball, draining threes. James Harden, Russell Westbrook. Can't guard them. LeBron, the Lakers are gonna win one game because LeBron's gonna go for like 30, 20, and 20. One game. And so they're gonna win that one. Anthony Davis, he's not gonna be able to handle. He's gonna play well. He's gonna play really well one game. But the Rockets, too much to handle. Eric Gordon, they're gonna go off. Rockets in 6. Let's go. I'm full of the hot takes tonight. All right. NBA, we're done. We gotta cruise along. NHL playoffs. A little more parity when it comes to upsets in the playoffs, at least. A little. So we had the number 1 versus number 8. We had the Golden Knights versus the Chicago Blackhawks. Vegas won 4-1. So not too much there. Colorado Avalanche versus Arizona Coyotes. This one was fun. The Avalanche, man, they had 2 games in a row with 7 goals. 7-1, no less. Both games they won 7-1. I rarely see that in hockey. 7-1. I mean, that's in the playoffs. What were the Coyotes doing? Like, that's pathetic. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care how red hot a team is. That's bad. So they won 4-1. The 3 versus 6, we had the Dallas Stars and the Calgary Flames. Dallas won 4-2. Dallas is playing really, really well. And they're paired up against the Avalanche now. That series is tied 3-3. That's been a high scoring. Of course, 5 games in a row, right, have gone over. They've each had like, it's been like 5-4, like 6 to whatever, like high scoring, right? So me and Kyle, Smitty, who's been on the podcast before, we bet the over on game 6. We're like, it's going to go over 6 goals for sure. Like the Avalanche or the Stars in either game, they've been getting 6 goals by themselves. Goes under, of course. The first game of the series to go under is the one we bet on. Anyway. Here was an upset, number 4 versus 5. So, the 2 closer seeds. But it was the Blues. The Blues went down. Our Blues. My boys Blues. The Canucks. And now the Canucks are facing the Golden Knights, and they're taking them to 3. That's tied up 3-3. The number 1 Golden Knights versus the Vancouver Canucks. Tied 3-3, so we got a Game 7 coming. We got 2 Game 7s coming on the West. So, that's crazy. That's some Stanley Cup playoffs for you, baby. Tune into those Game 7s. Game 7 hockey, I've always said it. Nothing more exciting. We got another one coming up here, too. I'll talk about it in a sec. So, Philadelphia Flyers, number 1 seed. Who would have thought that? Huh? Bird family. 4-2, Philly wins against the 8. 2 versus 7, Tampa Bay Lightning wins 4-1. 3 versus 6, we had an upset. New York Islanders winning in 4-1. Very impressive. New York Islanders playing well. And then Boston Bruins 4-5. Bruins won 4-1. Bruins have been good for years. We all know that. But they go against the Lightning, who has been, some of the favorites to win the whole thing in the last couple of years. Tampa Bay beat them 4-1 now in the next round. So Lightning versus Bruins next round. Lightning won 4-1. So that's crazy. They've won both their series 4-1. So watch out for the Lightning. And especially on the other side is the Flyers versus the Islanders, both playing well. That's tied 3-3. That's another Game 7. So Game 7 is going to versus the Lightning. Fun stuff, man. I can't believe all this is happening. I really thought there weren't going to be any sports. Now it's like there's sports. And then quickly I wanted to hit on the end. MLB. They've been struggling along, getting their regular season going. Speaking of struggling, Yankees have the injury bug bad. Cardinals had these are just my two favorite teams, so I'll talk about quickly. Cardinals had the corona bug. Said the word again. No! It's 2 strikes, 3, and I'm out of here. Tampa Bay Rays are this is weird too, because not all the teams have played the same amount of games, so they're going to go by win percentage once the playoffs come. That's just something to note. Tampa Bay Rays lead the American League East. Cleveland Indians lead the Central. That's close though. White Sox only 1 game behind, half a game behind. Twins only a game behind, game and a half. The West, the A's are winning, and the Astros are 2 games back. In the National League East, we got the Braves on top. They've got a 2.5 game lead ahead of anybody else. Those Cubbies, those Chicago Cubbies are in first place in my division out there, but they've played more games than the Cardinals. So let's hold our breath here. Cardinals are 3.5 games back, all right? Let's wait. Cardinals are only 14-14. Cubs are 22-15. So that's how many more games they've played. And then the Dodgers, no shocker there, are 6 games ahead of anybody, ahead of the Padres. So they've got a commanding lead out in the NL West. So that's your baseball highlight. That's about everything. I think. Quick 37, 40-minute episode. Not bad. College football we'll hold off on. The refs, I already went off on that. Let's hope college football does something, right? So, alrighty, guys. Have a good Labor Day weekend. I will hopefully see everybody soon. Thank you all for tuning in. And if you haven't already, subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on wherever you're listening to the podcast. And share. Tell your people. Go back. Listen to the Fantasy Football Podcast. And go back and listen to the episode before that. It was pretty fun, too. And if you want to be on the pod, let me know. Send me a message. We'll get you on the pod. Today was just me, but always up for guests. Just wanted to get this out quick, like I've said, because of the Derby. So, thank you once again. NFL starts Thursday. Week from yesterday. Tune in. Alrighty. Goodbye, my little turtle ducks, and farewell. Alrighty. Thanks for tuning in on the live stream. We'll see you next time. Peace.